In the heart of a bustling marine research center, a young marine biologist named Anya prepared for the most ambitious experiment of her life, simulating a living coral reef ecosystem for 100 days. The goal was simple, yet daring, to recreate the complex life of a coral reef in a massive underwater dome and observe how it survives, adapts, or collapses. With oceans around the world struggling, Anya believed that artificial reef simulations could help restore marine ecosystems. Day 1, the dome hummed to life. Coral fragments were transplanted into the synthetic seabed. Colorful fish, algae, crabs, and even sea cucumbers were introduced. Everything looked perfect. Let's see how long this paradise lasts, Anya whispered to herself. Day 10, the reef seemed to be thriving. Algae had begun to spread, but in balance, parrotfish grazed gently. Tiny baby clownfish hid among the anemones. The team watched, in awe. It was more beautiful than they imagined. Day 25, a strange bacterial bloom started to appear in one corner of the dome. Oxygen levels dropped slightly. Anya and her team debated whether to interfere. Let's observe. Nature balances itself, she decided. Day 40, a storm simulation to mimic real-world conditions was triggered. Strong currents disturbed the seabed, dislodging some coral. But nature showed its resilience. By day 45, most of the coral had reattached and adapted. Day 60, trouble. The reef's temperature began rising due to a software glitch. Coral started bleaching. Anya was heartbroken. They fixed the issue, but some coral colonies were beyond saving. It was a harsh reminder, even a small error can collapse an ecosystem. Day 75, recovery was slow, but evident. The surviving coral began spawning unexpectedly, an event usually seen once a year in the wild. The dome's lights were dimmed to simulate a full moon. It was magical. New life was beginning. Day 90, predator-prey dynamics shifted. A population boom of jellyfish caused panic, reducing plankton levels. The balance was tipping. But just as quickly, a surge of turtles recently introduced began feeding on the jellyfish. Balance. Once again, day 100, the final day. Anya stood before the dome, watching the ecosystem pulse with life. It wasn't perfect. Some species were lost, others had thrived, but it was real. The reef had lived, suffered, healed, and evolved. As the simulation ended, the data collected would shape future marine conservation strategies. Anya smiled, knowing that somewhere, real reefs might get a second chance because of what they learned.